weaker sections and low-income group households have been left behind. Banks are generally reluctant to lend to them because of the perceived risk of the loans becoming non-performing assets. I am confident that banks would rise to the occasion to face this challenge and evolve innovative methods to allow greater credit flow to this segment. I hope that Mortgage Guarantee Fund and Interest Subsidy Scheme launched recently will make the credit flow to these segments easy. Another challenge this sector is facing the shortage of land. Land is limited and accounts for up to 90% of the cost of houses in the metros. Both the government and the private sector should look at ways to augment land supply for housing. One way may be to look at acquisition of land in adjoining areas of the urban agglomerations and connect them to the city centers through rapid mass transportation system. Simultaneously, it should also be ensured that available land mass is utilized optimally by revisiting the planning norms. In addition, it should also be ensured that all the housing projects have schemes for low-income groups. This should be made a part of the town planning strategy. The importance of this requirement cannot be exaggerated, as the economically weaker sections provide the kinds of service without which urban agglomerations cannot have a healthy existence. These centers require services of taxi drivers, maids, cleaners, etc. Through this, inclusive growth can be encouraged not only as an existential requirement of agglomerations, but also as a social need. I am aware that there are many challenges associated with the land acquisition, township planning, project approval, constructions, and transfer of assets to beneficiaries. There is a need to look at the systems in place and provide solutions to make the dream of providing houses to the economically weaker sections of the society a reality. Special emphasis should be laid on adoption of innovative technologies, designs, and materials to speed up the delivery and reduced costs. Skill development is another important area that has particularly relevance to the housing industry, where new technologies have to be adopted and higher volumes achieved. Government and industry must join hands in finding solution to this challenge. National Skill Development Corporation is engaged in this task, and its effort must be further supplemented by the real estate industry to achieve the optimal results. Finally, I reiterate that housing and real estate sector holds the key to economic prosperity of the country because of its backward and forward linkages with other sectors of economy besides serving an important social objective. This sector is rightly termed as the engine of economic growth. I hope that this gathering of experts and important stakeholders will deliberate and find workable solution to meet the housing need of Aam Aadmi. There is a need of all stakeholders to join and work for achieving the objective of housing for all. Not only is it an economic imperative, but Article 25 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights casts a bounden duty on us to ensure, I quote from the text of the article, that everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his household, including food, clothing, and shelter. Unquote. And we should not be found wanting in our efforts to achieve this goal and fulfill our international commitment. I wish the convention all success. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the patience. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable President. May I now invite Brigadier R.R. Singh, DG NAREDCO, to propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable President of India, Honorable Union Minister of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation, Sri Ajay Makanji, Sri Naveen M. Raheja, President NAREDCO, Sri Sunil Mantri, Vice President NAREDCO, all stakeholders of real estate industry, distinguished guests, speakers, delegates, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is my proud privilege and honor to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of NAREDCO to respected Rashtrapati for his gracious presence at this inaugural function of 11th National Convention of NAREDCO. Your blessings will help and encourage us, in the successful conduct of this convention, which is dedicated to sustainable housing for masses. Shelter being one of the basic needs of humanity, it is our responsibility to facilitate it in every possible ways. I am confident, sir, that this conference will debate all impediments on its way and suggest innovative solutions which will help in meeting the housing need of houseless. I also express my sincere thanks to to Minister of Housing and Urban Poverty Relations, Sri Ajay Makanji, for his gracious presence. Sir, we need your support and guidance as Chief Patron of NAREDCO in all our future endeavors. I thank Mr. Naveen Raheja and Sri Sunil Mantri, the President and Senior Vice President, Senior and President of Vice President of the National Real Estate Development Council, under whose guidance this conference is being organized. My thanks also go to the giants of real estate industry, distinguished guests, special invitees from the central and state governments, speakers, delegates, friends from the media for their overwhelming response. I also thank organizers, Vigyan Bhavan staff, security staff, and event management agency for their contribution in the organization of the event. My very special thank goes to sponsors of the conference, without whose support it would not have been possible to organize such a large conference. At the end, I once again thank Sir, respected Rashtrapati, and distinguished personalities on the dais and amongst the audience for their kind presence. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we rise for the national anthem.